Good afternoon, everybody. This is Anna Perrin. I'm the VAS Online Product Manager, and welcome to our overview of the 1.8.13 release that we will be presenting into your environment this Thursday. So, with me today is Kathy Stevens. She is our VAS Online Lead QA. Many of you have talked to Kathy in the past, so we'll just give a few more minutes here to let a few extra people join, and then we'll get started. Welcome again. This is Anna. So we're going to go ahead and get started today, and we'll take you through what we're going to kind of plan to do today. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to kind of give you an overview of what the 1.8.13 resources that what you will have available to you. Many of you may have seen it on VAS Online, the new help and support button. So we'll take you through that and through the dealer portal. We're going to go through some new functionality demos, and then we'll have some answers, question and answers. So in your webinar, you have the ability to ask questions. So if you have questions, just go ahead and type those in, and we'll try to get all those answered during the meeting today. If we do not reach out to you, we definitely will follow up with you if we haven't got your question answered by the end of the hour. So the first thing that we want to go through is, for those of you who are not familiar or you haven't seen it, we have changed the icons up in the top right-hand side of VAS Online, which will show you the help and support button. What this will do is take you directly to the dealer portal, which is where one of your main sources of support and documentation and release notes will be. So by clicking on the help and support, if you go to product updates, what this will do is take you to our release notes. Our release notes we have the ones that we've done back in November. In addition, we have given a list of updates and enhancements for this release for 1.8.13 and some bug fixes. We will be the list is quite extensive for the amount of items that we're doing, so there will be a PDF copy that will be available for download on Thursday with the full list of items that will be released, but these are the highlights that we wanted to show to you. So again, these are the bug fixes that are here that you can look, and if you have any questions, you can always call us. In addition, we have some updates and enhancements, and we're going to cover quite a few of those today, some of the smaller ones. Another way that you can see what those updates and how they work is once you're in the dealer portal as well, if you go help and support and do help and resources, this is going to take you to our how-to videos. So if by clicking on the how-to videos, you're going to see how we have how the transaction batching, V-order changes, V-item workflow changes, vehicle locations, transfer vehicle and customer service history changes, transaction type maintenance, tire metrics. Tire metrics integration is for those that are interested. We do have a service with tire metrics where you can get DOT validation. And if you're interested in that, please reach out to your support analyst, and they can get you in contact with the individuals to get you signed up for the tire metrics integration. We have special product changes. We'll be going through a lot of these in addition today, but we wanted to kind of focus on maybe those that were not on a video. So please go out here and use this as your resource to see how we do these changes. Special products will be the special products that you're used to in point of sale, some changes to that where you can customize what shows up in your special products. And we have over-the-counter sale, another quick feature that we've done to kind of take steps out of doing an over-the-counter sale, and changes to payment types and the appointment scheduler. So you can see we have quite a few videos here for you to be able to review. If you have any questions about that, please just make sure you type into our webinar and we can go through those questions as you have them. The other thing that you can do is obviously with the resources is you can call our help desk and they can obviously assist you if you have any specific questions on any of the changes that were made. And again, remember, you can download the full list. That will be on Thursday. Those are available. So one of the main changes that we've done that I just want to point out within Vast Online is we have what we call the quick check-in process. And the quick check-in is basically we've had a lot of people request that you don't go directly to a Bang product when you have a package set up, so that you don't have to select, for example, with an oil change, you don't have to select the oil viscosity, the quarts, when you're checking a customer in. So we have the ability for you to decide which packages that you want to actually make the call to the Bang products when you add the package to the parts entry screen. So if you go into your release notes, there is kind of the two pieces of configuration that you would need to do. You need to turn on whether you want your packages to be on at a work order level or at a quote level, and I can show you how that works real quick. Let me get my screen back up here. You can do that in your application settings. So if you go to application settings and you go to your store and point of sale, so under general and point of sale, you can ask if you want the prompt for the catalog on Bang parts at the work order or at the end of, at the quote. So those are the two check boxes if you want to actually make a call out to the Bang products. The second piece that you will need to change is going to be in the package itself. Once you choose your lube oil and filter, if you want to actually go to the catalog for those prompts for those Bang parts, you will need to mark that as prompt catalog on the Bang part for package. So if you have a fixed price package, for example, like an oil change, where you don't want to have to get those parts, you no longer have to do that. You can unselect that and just have it add directly to the order. To actually choose to get the Bang parts, you can either overtype the Bang part or always use your package option over to the catalog on the left-hand side on your line item menu. Okay, so now I'm going to pass this over to Kathy, who's going to give you more of a demonstration of some of the other items that we did not create videos for. All yours, Kathy.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Good afternoon, everyone. Anna, you can see my Vast Online, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure everybody can see the right screen. So I'm just going to go over a few of the enhancements that we did not create videos for and show you if there's any configuration to go along with them. The first thing I want to show you is in outstanding work orders, they have added a wildcard search to search open work orders. So you no longer have to type the whole work order. You can simply enter the numbers of the work order and press search. And you'll notice by entering 035, it brought up 2 work orders that both end in 035. If I had entered 1035, it would have taken me directly to this one work order. The only caveat is you have to enter a minimum of 3 numbers in order to search by work order number. There have been a few changes to point of sale. I'm going to go into my existing work order. And I'd like to point out that they have made the screen a little bit different, and they've moved some buttons around. The package button is no longer nested inside of the products button. It's right here on the page for you. In addition, they have collapsed the total tax so that you no longer need to scroll down to get down to the finish and invoice buttons. If you want to see the detail of the total tax, simply click the down arrow and you'll be able to see all of the details of any tax that is calculated on the order. Choose the up arrow to expand it again. You've probably already noticed that we've also put a save work order and invoice print right directly on the screen. Those are the 2 most common buttons used. So we've saved you a few clicks by allowing you to go directly to those buttons. Another enhancement is we now have work order comments that you can add to a work order that will print directly on the work order. To do work order comments, select the More button and choose Comments and Forms. If you have pre-configured comment headers, you can select one of them by choosing the pencil icon and entering your comment. And press Save. Add. That comment will now print. You can also use a free form comment. You don't have to use one of the preset ones. And you can enter a comment and add it. These will now also print on the work order. So if you have something that you need to communicate with the technicians, you can do that and you won't be limited with the space on what you need to enter. If you save, then the work comments are saved. Another enhancement is we now have the ability, you can sell a road hazard on an invoice or work order without having to have the tire. So if for some reason the customer has come back and has decided they want to purchase the road hazard after you've sold them the tire, you can just add your road hazard product onto the order, select your road hazard plan that they are purchasing, and save. This is just a warning to let you know that normally a road hazard is linked to another product, the tire, and there currently is nothing on the order to link the road hazard to. You just go ahead and say OK on that. When you're ready to invoice the work order, if I select Invoice and Print, actually, I apologize, I want to show you the printed work order first. I'm going to finish and save and print my work order. So that you can see this is where those comments are going to print. So they're right in good view for the technicians. If I recall my work order, so I show you how to finalize. When you go to finalize your invoice and you have just a road hazard product, when you're prompted to enter the DOT, it acts the same even if it's the user requirement or if you've selected from the line item button. You're going to enter in whatever the DOT is for the tire that was purchased against the road hazard. In the SKU, you type the tire product code of the tire that they've purchased, what the original tread depth and current tread depth is. If this customer were to return and you had to do a type W product adjustment, By putting in the invoice number, it will pull up the tire referenced here in the SKU field. So that's how you would link the tire that was purchased with the road hazard. The next thing we have added is in Tire Lookup, they have added the field for FET into the tire grid maintenance. If you want to display a column for FET in your Tire Lookup, you'll go to Maintenance, and under Products, go to Tires, and then Tire Grid Maintenance. The field is called FET. To add it to your view, click the FET and use the right-hand arrow. It's now added in to my columns for Tire Lookup. Click the line. You have to put a column width a minimum of 100 pixels. And you can also choose to copy this to the quote Tire Lookup, because those views can be different. If you want to move the FET column, so perhaps it is next to the price with the line highlighted, move the up arrows, and it now comes right after the price. Press copy to copy that view to the quote and save your changes. If I go to Tire Lookup now, and I enter a tire size that has FET, we see that we now have FET displaying for any tires that have FET assigned. Another thing that has been added in tire fitment, we've added a field for trim. So if I choose a vehicle, and update the fitment, it's going to show me the tires for my vehicle. I can then also narrow it down on the trim if there are different submodels for that particular vehicle, and then only that submodel's tire sizes will display. Another enhancement that we've made that many of you have been asking for is if you want to sell a part to a customer on an over-the-counter sale, you need to be able to choose what vehicle when you're going to the catalog to look for the part. If I choose Customer Contact and I enter my customer and search, there is a video for this, but we now have an over-the-counter tick box on the customer search screen. If I choose over-the-counter and select, it takes me right into the work order where I can start adding my parts, skipping all of the necessary to skip picking the vehicle. If I wanted to look up, say, wiper blades that the customer was coming to pick up, they weren't having them installed, as soon as I hit the products, it's going to ask me what vehicle, year, make, and model I'm looking for, so that when I go to the catalog, I'm directed for the appropriate part. Another improvement or enhancement that has been made is with Purchase Order Manager. If we go to Inventory and go to Purchase Order Manager, you now have the ability that you can change a vendor on a purchase order as long as it has not been received. So as long as the status is created or on order, you can choose the purchase order and go to Review. I'm going to choose a later PO. And I can update my vendor and put whatever vendor I want. Sorry, you have to do it in the right field. And then once I save, my new vendor is assigned. On purchase order returns, you now have the ability that you can search purchase order returns by either a PO number or the return itself. So if you know that you've purchased something and you want to create the return, you can search by PO number if you know that. And it should return your PO unless somebody has returned my PO already. You can also search by the return number. So if you returned a product and you've gotten the credit back and you want to update the credit, vendor credit, you can enter the return number and search. And it will bring back the return where you can go ahead and review and apply your vendor credit. For those of you who have been on Vast Online for a while, you know that an enhancement was made to a new customer service history. So there were two views, depending if you had the preview feature on or off. In 1.8.13 of Vast Online, the new customer service history view will be set. There will be no ability to change the feature on or off. It is now a permanent feature. The last thing I'd like to point out, when you are in purchase order receiving, and I need to pick when you are on the vendor invoice button, it will, if you add anything to the shipping and other fields on the vendor invoice, they are now exported to QuickBooks, was part of the QuickBooks export. And those are all of the features I wanted to share with you today. Anna, would you like me to pass back presenter to you?
Sure. The questions and answers, if anybody has any specific questions, I think we've answered all of them. This is being recorded, and we will be posting this out to the dealer portal for those that were not able to attend the webinar to see some of the new features. One of the other comments we had was if comments can be printed on a finalized invoice. Service writer comments are generally what we use for the invoice comments. Those are on the far right-hand side that you can add by line item. Those are printing on the work order and the vehicle history. And you also can print them on when you're going into customer service history, print those on the report. Those are showing in both places now. But we do have in a future release that will be coming, it will be on, I think it's 1.8.15, where invoice comments, you can actually choose to copy work order comments over to an invoice if you choose to, but that will be coming in a later release. So another question we have here is, are these updates done automatically, or do we do something to update them in our system? No, it will be done for you automatically. When you arrive, the update will be done in the UK by our development team. It will be done Thursday morning before you guys are in the office. So when you log in on Thursday, you should have the new update. Just as a reminder, anytime you have a new update, we recommend that you do the Control F5. So that just clears your cache of any old release cache notes so that you'll pick up all the new release. Can history be seen in detail while in the work order for another vehicle then selected, or can it be looked into detail elsewhere? Let me pull up VAX Online here again. Okay. In the work order, if you go to Customer Contact, while you're in an order, so I'll just go to an outstanding work order. You have two places that you can see it. You can do the history button while you're in the work order, which will bring you the customer service history screen, or you have the option while you're in customer contact to see your history. What is the Loc tab in the point of sale when adding items to a work order? The location tab, the location icon is for when you're going to choose, and that is new in this release, where you can choose where a part is being installed on the vehicle. So left, right, left, front, that's where those will be. Is there an automatic upload to QuickBooks, or are we still required to wait for a push? The automatic upload is being developed currently. It is not in the system now, and it will be in the first quarter that we're planning on getting that to you guys. The new catalog, which we call Vast Commerce, that is in design, in development as well. And we have plans to have that to you in the mid-May timeframe. It will be coming out in stages so that there will be some portions of it that you will get, and then we will do a phase 2 with catalog. Time clock is on our backlog, but that is currently that is not in the roadmap for quarter 1 and quarter 2. We're looking at quarter 3. Any other questions? I want to give you guys time to type them in if you have them. Two-way integration with Carside. AutoServe 1 is going to be the phase 2 portion of that is for Q2 of this year. The vehicle history, wanting to see vehicle of a separate vehicle. So if you wanted to see history for a separate vehicle, you would just need to basically search for that vehicle in the customer service history screen, or you could clear out the vehicle information and just look under Kathy, and you would be able to see all history for that customer. Will vehicle be able to be selected by reverse lookup by plate? That is with Carfax Integration, where what we call quick VIN, where you put in the license plate, it gives you the VIN, and then that takes you to your year, make, and model. Carfax is on the roadmap. It is not quite, I don't know if it's going to be Q3 or Q4, but we will have it with Carfax. The cost of that is that with Carfax, you will have to provide your service history to Carfax. The default setting for packages is that we will be turned off for the bang parts. So if you want to have your bang parts call out to the catalog, you will have to turn it on. So by default, we've turned it off for everybody with the quick check-in process. So only the packages that you actually want to make that call to the bang products, you will have to update automatically for the calling to the catalog automatically. Do we have any more questions? I want to stress that please take the time to go look at the videos that we have on the dealer portal. You'll get to know Kathy very well. She did a lot of work with those. And that will give you a lot more depth as to some of the changes that we've made in this release. So I strongly encourage. Can you check inventory sold by item number with who has purchased and how many? You do have the ability to do an inventory lookup. So from your inventory menu, you can go to inventory movement inquiry, and you can see, you can type in one particular product number, or you can search for a manufacturer and search all of them, or you could just do a specific product and you can see all the ins and outs. When you purchased them, how many you purchased, when they were sold. Any more questions? So Megan, when will you be able to have the recording out on the dealer portal for those who were unable to attend?
So the follow-up email, everyone will get one about probably an hour after this webinar has finished. Whether you attended or didn't attend, you'll get an email from us with a link to the recording, and we'll be putting that up this afternoon onto the dealer portal as well.
Did we miss any questions, Kathy?
I think, as far as I could see, we've gotten them all. My question screen is not updating.
Okay. So have we added warranty info and ply ratings on tire lookup? So the tire downloader is putting in the tire warranty information when you download the tires and the ply, and it's provided that you have it in your tire grid maintenance to actually be seen, you will be able to see that. The ply is not currently on the parts entry screen, but it does print on the final invoice. Okay. If we don't have any other questions, again, please reach out to our support team if you have any questions on Thursday. The update should be in your system when you guys arrive in your business on Thursday. And if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to us. We thank you for joining us today, and we'll talk to you all soon.